Okay, so this video is a look at unofficial Quantum Leap cars. I recently did a video looking at Hot Wheels DeLoreans where I showed this. An all-red DeLorean, which I said I was tempted to use as an unofficial Quantum Leap car. I didn't go through with it, because no matter how many similarities this has with a red Ferrari, the car from Quantum Leap, I just couldn't convince myself, or you, that this was a Ferrari. I wouldn't have been able to look myself in the mirror. Quantum Leap pun intended there. I said I would do a video when I found a good Ferrari to use for it. I've been looking for one for ages, to use as a Magnum PI car, my favourite cop show of all time. But I just can't find one in real shops. You'd think they'd be more commonplace, considering how popular Ferraris are. I've seen them on eBay, but the cheapest was about £25 for one at Hot Wheels scale. To put that into context, I'm used to paying about £1.35 for them in real shops, so that's too much of a leap. Second Quantum Leap pun intended there too. Instead, I remembered I had a quite big red Ferrari as a kid, so I did some major excavation work to reach it, and here it is. While I was there, I also discovered this. A smaller red Ferrari, which I'd completely forgotten about. I'm a massive Quantum Leap fan. I joined it during Season 2, and I've loved it ever since. All I've been able to collect from it, though, over the years, are DVDs, a few books, and the CD soundtrack. You'd think there would be more, considering it ran for 5 years, but that's all there was. But if you watch closely, there is a recurring car. The first thing you see in the pilot is Al's car, a red Ferrari. It's just like this, which is by Matchbox and from 1981. This one is showing its age with all the paint chips, but it's virtually spot on. I always thought it was an odd place to start the series, but when you watch it again, it's genius. Then, in the Season 5 episode, Killing Time, you see Al's car again. Sam has leapt into a criminal who has escaped the waiting room and stolen a car and driven off into the future, so it's up to Al to retrieve him and bring him back to the waiting room so Sam can leap again. It's the second and final time you see his car, which now looks like this. A convertible red Ferrari. I can only assume Al has traded his old Ferrari for a new convertible model. It is 5 years later in the story. This is the other one from my childhood, but this one's in better condition. There's only a few chips, and the bumper looks like I must have chewed on it, but apart from that, it's not too bad for a 30-year-old car. In this size, it has a few working features. The back opens up to show the engine. There's a lever underneath which makes the lights pop up. This one's by Corgi. As a kid, I used this as Magnum's car, but it didn't come out of a box with Tom Selleck's face on it. So I was doing the unofficial thing even back then. As I said in this episode, a criminal using Sam's body steals a car. I'm pretty sure it's Gushy's car, a project technician, and it's a dark blue sports car. I'm not sure what kind of car it is, but this will do nicely. It's a Hot Wheels 2014 Corvette Stingray. I've been using it recently as roadie from pole position, before it got replaced by a car closer to roadie. So I'll recycle it for this. It's pretty close. I'll continue to look for some new Ferraris, but these two leapt in and stopped me getting ripped off on eBay. And there's 3. Okay, so that was a look at some unofficial Quantum Leap cars, and hopefully you'll join me on another video sometime.